A king had 7 daughters. One day the king was very happy and called his daughters and asked them, "I will ask you a question, and if you like the answer, I will give you your desired reward. All of you stand in a row and tell one by one whose diya you eat and whose diya you wear." 6 of the daughters replied, "Abbajan, we eat your diya and you only wear it. It is because of you that we have this glory and splendor." Hearing this, the king was very happy and gave everyone their favorite thing as a reward. When the turn of the youngest daughter came, she said, "I eat Allah's diya and wear what is of my destiny, and this is my fate." Hearing this, the king became furious and said, "You will be punished for this." The princess said, "What we are doing, Abbajan?" The king gave the soldiers the right to go and leave her in the jungle. "I also want to see how she eats Allah's diya without my diya, and wears what is of her destiny." All the jewelry was taken back, and in shabby clothes without any equipment, the king found us in the jungle and left us alone there. But the princess was very delicate, and she had faith in the power of Allah that whatever she had written in my destiny, I would get it. When the soldiers left the princess and went back, the princess started looking at the jungle. There were trees all around, and it was about to turn from afternoon to evening. The princess thought, why not gather a few firewood so that a fire can be lit at night? Then no wild animal will come near me and the night will also pass easily. The princess set out to search for firewood in the jungle. Then her eyes fell on a hut where a goat was tied outside, and the sound of someone coughing was coming from inside. At first, the princess was very surprised. Where did this hut come from in such a desolate place? When she entered the hut, she saw a wise man lying on a cot and coughing, calling for water. The princess is looking here and there. A pitcher of water is kept in a corner. She fills the glass with water, gives it to the old man, and starts cleaning the hut. Meanwhile, the old man asks, "Azadi, daughter, who are you and what are you doing alone in such a big forest?" Then the princess tells him the whole story of how she reached here. The old man allows the princess to stay in the hut and says, "I work in the city. I will go to the city in the morning and will come back after 8 days. You stay here and there is food in the hut and there is a river nearby. You fill the pitcher from there." In the morning, the old man goes to the city and the princess is left alone in the hut. She cleans the whole hut and milks the goat, half of it for herself, and keeps the other half outside so that at night, if any animal is thirsty, it can drink it. Then she comes inside the hut and sleeps. Early in the morning, when the princess opens her eyes, what is that? She sees that the milk pot is empty, but there is a ruby lying near it which looks very precious, and the marks of a snake are also visible nearby. Then the princess remembers that in her childhood she had heard that when a rare snake is happy, it spits out a ruby whose value is more than diamonds and jewels. The princess is very surprised and thinks in her heart that maybe the snake must have been hungry. That is why it drank the milk and left this ruby in happiness. Then she picks up the ruby and keeps it with her. The next night, the princess puts milk in the pot again, and when she sees the next morning, another ruby is lying there. In doing this, 7 days pass and the princess collects 7 rubies. And then the next day itself, Buddha returns. Then the princess shows him the ruby and explains the whole story. She gives 3 rubies to the old man and says, "You go to the city and sell these rubies. While returning, bring the laborers who build the palace with you." The princess makes a necklace of 4 red flowers and wears it around her neck. In a few months, a luxurious palace is built in the jungle, where Buddha and the princess start living. It's such a beautiful palace with all the servants of the world present everywhere. The princess sets up a wood factory in the jungle, where the poor work and their livelihood depends on it. Soon, the jungle turns into a city, and the news spreads that the princess is very kind-hearted. This news reaches the king's ears. Then the king thinks that he should also see which country's princess is there, whose people praise her so much. The king sends a message to his soldiers that he wants to meet the princess. When the princess's soldiers tell this to the princess, she tells the soldiers that the king can meet them only on one condition, that he should bring all his daughters with him. The soldiers go and give the message to the king. One day, the king comes to the princess's palace with all his daughters to meet her. The princess meets them all wearing a mask on her face and presents them with 7 colored foods. With each food, she wears a suit and jewelry of the same color. The beauty of the palace is filled with pride, and this style of the princess amazes and impresses the king and all the princesses. In the end, the king tells the princess, "You are in the place of my daughter. That is, you are like my daughter. I have also brought all my daughters with me at your request. Then why are you hiding this veil from us?" On insistence, the princess says, "Okay, I am ready." All the princesses start talking among themselves, saying, "She is so ready. She is wearing such expensive jewelry. How much more will she get ready?" In the meantime, everyone sees that a person in shabby clothes is walking from a distance. On looking carefully, the king remembers he is still alive. I was thinking that by now, wild animals must have eaten him. When I sent my soldiers to get news about him, my soldiers told me that there is no trace of the princess there. If yes, then how is this possible? The king jumps with joy and says, "Call the princess. I will free you from the princess and take you with me, even if she asks for my entire kingdom at your price." On hearing this, the princess says, "No, I am the same princess. Didn't I say that I eat what Allah gives me and wear what I have lucked out of it? That same Allah has taken me from where to where that today I am richer than you." The princess tells her entire story to the king about how she reached this position and shows the necklace on her neck to the king, in which 4 reds are still present. On hearing this, all the other Shehzadians start to rush in their hearts and start saying, "I wish we had also said the same thing. We eat what Allah gives us and wear what we have lucked out of it." Friends, always have faith in the power of Allah and keep thanking Allah in whatever condition Allah keeps you. Surely Allah Tabarak will never leave you alone. Friends, what did you learn from this story today? Do comment in the box, and keep praying in the court of Allah Tabarak that Allah Ta'ala may bless us all with a royal life and a royal life. Amen ya Rabbal Alameen. Friends, if you have not liked our video today, then like it now. If you have not subscribed to our channel yet, subscribe, and do not forget to click on the bell icon for notification of such interesting videos to come in future, and keep sharing these videos with your friends as much as possible. That's all in today's story, inshallah. Very soon we will be in your service with another new video. Until then, permit our entire team. May Allah grant happiness to everyone. The owl's call is not to be ignored. Chapter 3. Shattered Reflections. You're walking through your home when you hear a crash. Your heart skips a beat as you rush to the source of the sound. There, lying shattered on the floor, is a mirror. Mirrors, with their reflective surfaces, have always held a certain mystique. They are said to be portals